Hey guys, so welcome back. If you're watching this video, all right. Hello everyone, I'm Aifa here once again, all right. So I decided to have another video recording about my journey, okay, as a freelance trainer. Okay, so today's topic is about how I earned $2 per hour, $220 per hour as a freelance trainer. Okay, so just wanted to share my life journey lah as a freelance trainer. All right. So I remember the time when I was in secondary school. Then I was very involved in my co-curricular activity, CCA. I was from Northland Secondary, right? So I didn't really focus much on my studies because I was very much into my CCA. Yeah, which was why from express class, I dropped to normal academic, and I had to retain one more year. So I completed my N levels and then my O levels. So, however, I was very passionate about my CCA. I love to be in the National Police Cadet Corps. Um, to the extent that I think I realized that I love to train. I love to talk. Even though I was originally an introvert, I was very quiet. But somehow, my seniors and my officers then, like if I could remember some of them from Northland, hopefully you're all well. Mr. Silichai, Mr. Nyo, Madam Uma, Miss Uma, right, from Northland Sec. Yeah, and Miss Ong Lee Chin. Yeah, so these are the few teachers who I could still remember then when I was in Northland. Yeah, and the rest of my cadets who I know then lah. So of course I remembered even volunteering after I left the MPCC, and I became a woman cadet inspector, WCI, which was called then. Yeah, so I would go over to Northland once a week on Saturdays, just to help to mentor and train the rest of the junior cadets. I think that was what I love to do. Yeah, then I got introduced by one of my friend. Apparently, he was in the NCC, another CCA. He was my classmate. Yeah, uh, he actually introduced me to being a freelance trainer in the outdoor education industry. So if you guys are familiar with instructors where they bring students over to like Outbound Singapore, or even like those private companies where you'll go for P5 3 days 2 night camps in various campsites. So I was one of them then. Yeah. So shout out to all my dear freelance instructors who were the same batch as me, right? Yeah, hope all of you are well. Yeah. So when I got into the freelance training industry, it was totally a culture shock for me because being in the NPCC and being in the outdoors was very different. Yeah. I started out doing 3 days 2 night camps and going straight more into logistics, so focusing more on logistics, preparing the camp things and all that. That time I remembered I was with this company called Rocky Outdoors. Yeah, so I was with Rocky Outdoors for a while, and that was how I met a few of my dear camp trainer friends until today, who are still friends with me until today. Yes, and most of them have ventured in various career, some still in the outdoor industry. Yeah, and I remember doing camps. I think because we were young, I was only like 18 years old then. So attending camps 3 days 2 nights is $420. Is like a lot of money for us then, with no commitments, right? And we can actually stay overnight at various campsites. And I'm very thankful that my parents are very supportive because they know that I love the outdoors and I love to, be involved in this kind of programs. And they allowed me, knowing because they've placed the trust in me. Yeah, so I'm very thankful for my parents' support and my family support as well. Yeah. So then we didn't really think much. 3 days 2 nights, $120. Then after that, as years goes by, we became senior instructors, right? And we get like maybe 3 days 2 nights, between $180 to $220 per hour, depending on our set of skills, our knowledge, right? And I remembered going for freelancing for various companies, more than five of them. Yeah, because from one company, when we get to know our trainer friends from there, then they will like refer us to other companies to, you know, to try different types of culture to experience, and also just to help the manpower. Because then I remember doing more on the school programs where we will go to various primary schools, various secondary schools, just to, have fun with them, conduct camps for them, going through campfire and stuff like that. So if you guys have been then, so I was that kind of instructor then lah. Yeah. And I think being in the freelance as an outdoor educator, it got me to be from an introvert to a slightly more extrovert. And from there I realized, hey, actually this is another way for me to earn something while I tied through my school. So even though I was after that, when I left my secondary school, I went into ITE. From ITE, then I went into LaSalle. I was still actively doing training and programs for various schools. Yeah, and then we got to know some companies that will also have programs that's like daily type of program, so we don't require to stay overnight. And after doing camps for close to a few years, I think for about like three or 4 years, I realized that I wanted to do more. I wanted to focus on my soft skills, on facilitation. How do you facilitate discussions? How do I draw learning from students? And that was where I got to know my mentor, Michelle Au, who was from Leadership Development Center then. And I freelanced with the company for a while, and I decided to start to be a program consultant, being full time with them for 2 years, to see how I can, how much I can do to maybe, add value to the company. Yeah. And being a program consultant was a totally new ball game because so far being in the training as a freelancer, you don't have to think about the back end work. You don't have to think about the programming, how to design a program, how to come up with why certain programs are made such a way to draw the learning from the students. And I remembered going through so much pressure because of that. I think being new and just starting work after graduating from the cell, yeah, that was where I, became a full timer. So before that, actually, I was stuck to decide between going for my career in the entertainment industry or in the training industry. But after thinking and I decided to proceed with that because I realized that how much more I can impact others through training, and I decided to go with training despite graduating from the cell. As originally I was being offered to train local artists in terms of training vocals for them. And yeah, I was actually a jazz singer, and I did do various performances, and I did conduct vocal training in schools as well. Yeah, throughout my training, and I wanted to do more in the outdoor education industry and focusing more towards training student leaders and the youth at risk as well. Yeah, so that was how I made my decision, because at the point of time I was getting engaged and I wanted to get married. So I was thinking, okay, if I were to slowly like become a wife and a mother, what kind of profession would I want to go towards? So that was how I still ventured into the freelance training industry. Yeah, a lot more on the soft skills aspect. And then I think I was a bit more matured in a way that from just a freelancer, I'm now a program consultant, meeting various clients to look at their needs and designing programs that's required for their students. Yeah, and that whole experience made me who I am today as well. Yeah, because sometimes it's really important to actually understand the needs of your clients that you're attending for you to design something for them, depending on again what's your passion and the kind of skills and knowledge that you want to impact your participants. Yeah. And after being in program consultant for a while in LDC, um, I decided to stop being a full time, and that was how I started Grandy. Yeah, and when I started Grandy, then I was still doing training, freelancing as well for various companies, and that was where I realized that that knowledge, experience as a program consultant, gave me the opportunity to earn more in training as a freelancer due to my experience. Yeah, so because of the extra knowledge that we have on how we can handle students and the audience lah that we, and I slowly ventured from schools and to corporate. Yeah, to corporate where we do like for example like staff retreats or team building programs, where I was given the opportunity to also go overseas to bring like clients over for them to have their sessions there. And that was definitely a whole new experience for me, and I learned a lot from there as well. Yeah. So when I started Grandy, and that was where we have to get our own clients. We had to like experience. So I was thinking, how do I want to bring Grandy towards right the kind of training that we want. And that was where I chanced upon Skills Future and WSQ programs, and I saw the potential of the adult learning like community and the training industry. And I looked further into it, meeting potential partners to collaborate on how we can, again, leverage on each other and do these trainings for them. And I saw the kind of income that like I could actually get for myself and my husband. So we were thinking, wow, so much potential. Because for those of you who are familiar of the Skills Future and WSQ programs, all right, like all Singaporeans 25 and above are actually given $25. Those 25 and above are given $500 for you to attend like courses. And this was how I saw the potential of for me to really venture in training, especially in the adult learning industry. I couldn't imagine that I could earn that kind of income in the first place, because we were so used to like, 3 days 2 nights, $120 to $200, right? And when I saw my worth as the experience that I had being in this training industry, I was like, wow, there's so much potential. And that was how I got so excited that I really focused on that, to really look at public programs, marketing for public. Yeah, to for them to again get their courses with us, and how they can use their government subsidy to attend these courses. Yeah. And somehow I think in 2018, after like venturing into SkillsFuture and WSQ and meeting some potential partners. Shout out to a few of my partners, Dazri Yusof from Star Asia, Azri Zulfahan from Catalyst, Abang Norazain, who will work hand in hand with me when we do our courses together, because he's an expert in Facebook marketing, right? So that's how we will collaborate lah. Yeah. And if you want to know more about how I can collaborate in how we can work together, just let me know. Then we can see how we can look at it as well. And now I think we are going more for PA, and also going into WSQ courses as well. Yeah. And that was when I also decided to go towards my own personal branding. And 2018, when I got to know about mindfulness, that was how I said, that's it. This is going to be the course that I'm going to really go all the way for. So that was how I signed up for my teacher certification program in mindfulness, in the mindfulness teachers training. So that course took me about 1 year, to complete, and there was a lot of reading and all that. So I think it's again back to how much do you see yourself being in the training industry. To all my dear trainers out there who are aspiring trainers, that who feels that this is something that you might want to focus on. So some of the things that I would really hope that you guys can think about, right? If you decided to be in this journey in training, okay, one is to know how to decide how long do you see yourself being in this training industry, right? And number two, it's like how can you be that kind of trainer where others will start to look for you instead of you looking for them, because you need to know, right, how much are you really worth, and also do not be afraid of the potential that it can bring you, because once you decide on that why and that purpose, that you really want to impact someone, or the community in terms of these particular skills or knowledge, that's where you need to really decide on that, and really hone your craft, keep practicing and upgrade, and do not be afraid to invest on again upgrading, because I think that's most important. If you want to coach somebody, you yourself need to attend classes, attend courses, invest on yourself, so that you will be capable enough to mentor this person, because we are talking about people. These are all humans with emotions, right? And if we want to touch someone's lives, and really educate them, it all comes back to your heart. How are you able to train them through your heart? So, and if you ask yourself, would you be willing to train for free? If your answer is yes, so perhaps this is definitely, um, that's what you call passion, right? But for me, when before I actually saw my own value, I was doing training for free. I was doing voluntarily training for a few years before I actually said that, hey, perhaps I should consider knowing what's my value, right? And that was how I got the confidence, because I think attending courses and upgrading, investing on my knowledge gives me the confidence to be able to say, yeah, this is my branding, this is what I can offer, this is the value that I feel that you will be able to benefit from, right? And that's how I think others will have the trust and believe that this is something that might be the solution to their problems, maybe one of them, right? One of the solution to their problems. And it's possible. And to all my dear trainer friends, it's possible. If you see that, like for me, when I started with just $2 per hour, and now I'm, doing a training, I can look at getting between 110 to 120. So it's again a progress, all right? And even doing training or even videos like this, it took me like years to actually have that confidence to share, because I also have self-esteem issues when I was younger, and it took me quite a while to actually talk about my story for all of you to listen, because I always feel that I wasn't good enough then. But until I realized that, hey, maybe somebody can actually learn something, or get something from this sharing, that no, why not, right? And that confidence and that knowledge is the one that drives me to do this video, and to start my own YouTube channel, and even podcasts today. Yeah. So again, really look at what is the thing that you want to focus on, and really focus on that. Once you realize that is, you have to be good at it, that's where people will look for you, and people will see that, oh, okay, this is who you are, your identity. Yeah. And they know that, okay, if you are pretty good at this thing, okay, then they will look for you. If you are good at Facebook marketing, right? Yeah. And as for my case, yeah, definitely mindfulness, because this is one of the areas that, and in business as well. I think being in business for a while now, I would also want to support and help others who are starting out, and see how I can add value to their experience and their journey. Yeah. So that's a bit of sharing for me. Hopefully you have enjoyed the session, and do let me know if you need any support or any thing that I can help you. You can always, yeah, PM or DM me. Thank you so much for listening in. Till my next video. Bye bye.